Hey guys, it's TCat, and I know it's been a while, but I am finally back with some more Planet of Heroes. And today we're going to be looking at one of the latest characters they added to the game. I'm not even sure what his name is off the top of my head, but he's like, I don't even know if you can call him a hero because he looks like him. Well, let's just look at him here. Here he is. What's his... sorry, I'm having some sound issues. I don't know why. But hopefully it works itself out. I know I just did a test video, and it seemed to get better as the video went on, and it didn't take too long to clear up, so hopefully it does eventually clear up. But, what is his name? Iffir? Iffir? I'm not sure what his name is, but, I don't know if we can really call him a hero, because he looks like a very evil wizard, very stereotypical villain-looking character. So let's look at his abilities here. Number 1, we have Crystal Spear. Hero shoots a crystal spear at the foe, splitting on collision and hitting all enemies behind the main target with shards. So obviously a very, very straightforward damage ability. You have a main target, it's going to take the brunt of the damage, and then it's going to split off and do a little bit of AoE. So it's a pretty cool little ability there. It fits with his character, which is a DPS type character, ranged DPS. The next ability he has is Forceful Wave. Hero unleashes a crystal wave that moves forward and pushes all enemies back by 3 meters, except minions, that's interesting, and slows them down by 35% for 2 seconds. So, obviously, being a ranged damage hero, you want to have an ability like this because the heroes that are going to give you some of the biggest problems are going to be the melee heroes, especially a hero like Leon who can dish out a ton of damage in a very short time. The assassin characters are really going to give you problems, so you want a way to escape. So this gives you that ability. It knocks them back, also slows them down for a little bit, gives you the ability to put some distance between you and them, and maybe make them or convince them to give up the chase. Because if you throw a little bit of damage at them while they're trying to chase you down, they may have to turn around themselves. Because assassin characters in particular are not known for their durability either, mostly just their damage output. Next ability, Ring of Thorns. In the selected area, hero creates Ring of Crystalline Thorns. Enemies touching the spikes will receive a huge damage. It's interesting that it says a huge damage, and they're not really big on giving you the numbers in this game because you can, I guess, level up and apply different talents that can, or runes or whatever, that can kind of help you out and help you increase your damage. But the other thing I noticed about this ability is it doesn't, in the tooltip here, it doesn't say whether or not there is a bit of time to give the enemy to basically dodge or escape this ability. Normally, if something in most games like this, if you place this on the ground, it's going to give some sort of indicator that it's coming, a little bit of a warning, even if it's only 1 or 2 seconds. And an enemy hero has a very brief opportunity to kind of use some sort of dodge ability or just step out of this area of effect and dodge it completely. Of course, if the enemy is not paying attention, or if there's a lot of enemies clustered together, then they pay the price by staying in that area. So I noticed that this doesn't state that it has any sort of time period in which it takes to actually happen after you cast it. Normally it would say like 3 seconds after you cast this ability, or something like that in games. So it's an interesting ability. We'll have to kind of test it and see what exactly it does. If it's instant, that would be kind of cool. The enemies don't have the ability to know what's coming. All of a sudden these spikes just pop out from the ground and do a quote-unquote a huge damage. So we'll try that out. Next ability here is Spell Weaving. After using any spell, the hero increases his movement speed by 40% for 2 seconds. Once again, obviously this character is meant to kite. He's meant to keep away from the enemy, both the tanks and the assassins. You really are... You don't want to stay close to them, so that's why they give you this 40% movement increase. And combining Spell Weaving with Forceful Wave really gives you a lot of ability to keep that distance and keep on doing damage while perhaps not taking damage yourself. Now, I'd like to point out that perhaps against some of the other characters that are ranged DPS, you're not going to fare very well because, for instance, Forceful Wave doesn't really help you against another ranged DPS, and nor does Spell Weaving, because yeah, you can get out of their range, which is great for disengaging, but there's nothing that's going to help you out DPS another ranged DPS character. So something to be aware of when playing this guy is maybe you don't want to go toe-to-toe. It really depends on how much damage your Crystal Spear and your Ring of Thorns can do. So we're going to kind of put that to the test and see, just do some practice matches here. But real quick, before we get into some of that, let's take a look at the skins here. Okay, so he only has 2 skins right now, which is which is fair. He's a new character. They just released him recently. And he's got his traditional skin. He looks like an evil wizard. I'm not sure if I assume those are actually eyebrows, but they look like horns, which is kind of cool. He's got this really cool black and red cloak and a staff and that matches his cloak, and really cool character design. I noticed that there's a bunch of little spikes coming out around his feet, but when you rotate him, they don't turn, so they're just kind of there, which is interesting. Let's look at his skin. Oh, that sound is still jarbled. Sorry, guys. So this is the Plague Bringer outfit, and a lot of similar elements in compared to his traditional one that he has. Only this is a really cool take on it. Back in the old times, they had, when there was the plague and it was spreading, they did have these doctors which would wear these special masks, and they were kind of made them look like birds and things like that. So a little throwback to that era and that time when these were actually real. So a really cool skin there. So we're not going to look any further at this guy. Let's go ahead and let's get into some practice here. So let's go home. Let's go into practice. Let's go ahead and throw him on our team here. Yes, we heard that. We heard they will bow before us. Okay, and then let's just give ourselves a tank and a healer. Wow, that sound. I think, I'm not sure. I think it might be conflicting with the recording app I'm using. I certainly hope not, because that's going to be disappointing for me. But it does. It's annoying. So I'm sorry if it's loud on your end and it's making a bunch of kind of garbled sounds. Hopefully it's not too bad. You know what? While I'm testing, I'm just going to go ahead and leave Spark of Life. I know you can increase damage and do things like that, which is cool and all, but while I'm just kind of learning the character, I like to just have the raw heal, which is going to let me have a little bit extra survivability while I obviously am going to be making mistakes. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump in to a practice match here. So, interesting enemy lineup. You have Nilu the healer and 2 tanks. You have Bluebeard and Dozer. So they're going to have really high durability, but lacking the damage, hopefully, to do a lot to my team. Plus, practice matches are notoriously easy. So hopefully I don't die too much, because, yeah, that would not be fun. Alright. So, with this character, he doesn't necessarily have a good combo that you can use to kind of chain attacks off each other, I don't think. Wow. I'm having some latency here. Oh, I used my Force Wave and I didn't really mean to. I noticed the cooldown for his Crystal Shard is pretty low. Actually, the cooldown for all of his abilities are pretty low. Okay, yeah, those spikes just kind of come up really quick, and if they're in the middle of the spikes, they don't actually take damage, I don't think. It's only... do they take damage in the middle of spikes? we're going to have to look at that ability again, guys, because I think they only took damage as they crossed the path of the spike. So if they went, when they came into it and when they exited, they took damage, it looked like. But I'm not sure. So let's go ahead and drop that down again. Yeah, see, Nilu in there wasn't taking any damage. Oh, let's see if we can get that kill. No. I'm going to go ahead and use my healing, mostly to help Dozer here. Okay. So, I'm pretty sure Nilu was not taking damage while in the center. But if anyone can confirm this through other testing, then, you know, if I don't do that in this video, yeah, just let me know. It does seem to do pretty decent damage. A lot of this is because I don't, you know, my rune choice, and we're playing against two tanks here, but I'm not really feeling like he has a really strong ability just to finish people off like some of the other heroes. Oh, I didn't actually use it, okay. I thought I used my thorns there for a second. Okay, well we got that guy. Drop the thorns here. Should be able to get this kill too, and we did. Almost gonna wipe him, but not quite. Oh, Nilu came back for more, and paid the price. But this is only practice, so we're not really showing off or anything here. We're just playing against very easy mode enemies. That's pretty good. So I feel like when you're playing against other human opponents, you may not get so lucky. They might see those purple spikes and just get out of there immediately, not stand right on them and take all that damage. Yeah, we're doing alright here. That sound hasn't cleared up though, unfortunately. It's still a little messy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play around with the settings and see if I can fix that, because that doesn't make for a good video here. So yeah, see, he was fine as long as he didn't try to leave that circle. As soon as he, I'm taking, wow, oh, it's right at the end, anyways. I find that a little weird what just happened, because there were minions nearby and I still was being targeted by that tower. So I'm not sure what the deal was with that. I think that's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to target the minions first, and it just kept hammering on me, which it did a ton of damage, as you can see. Let's go ahead and jump in and do another practice. We're just going to do the same characters here. This time I'm going to change, let's see what I want. Is it Spark of Rage? Let's see, 20% attack speed, 20% outgoing damage, and 10% cooldown reduction of used abilities for the next 4 seconds. I'm going to use this one. Spark of Rage, because I want to be able to kind of burn these guys down a little bit more, and have that extra damage ability. So, oh, this time they have no healer, but they do have an assassin, and other than that, it's almost a mirror match. So, we will see how this goes, because assassins are generally, for casters, they are a problem. They're going to hurt you and kill you really quick. So hopefully we can do alright. I think I was just kind of using Forceful Wave randomly throughout that battle. But of course, now I'm going to have to be a little more careful as to how I use it. Oh, you know what? I just realized, Forceful Wave could pair really well with those spikes, because almost got him. Because if they don't take damage from the spikes, if they're standing in the middle, you can push them into the spikes, right? Essentially. Well, it's going to be really hard to test that with these guys, because they kind of just run around randomly. They're not like other players that are... Get off of them. Okay. Okay, actually that would have been a really good time to use my rage, because... Oh, also now I'm going to have to realize that the enemy has spikes too, and they look identical to mine. So, I'm just going to clear these minions. Yes, join the shadows. Alright, we're going to do that. I'm going to push him. Hey, that worked! Okay, so I take back what I said earlier. He actually does have kind of a little combo there that's pretty sweet. You can use that to finish off some guys. Hopefully the sound isn't too loud. I didn't actually check to see how the volume was recording. I was just listening to the sound itself, and I didn't actually try any combat. So hopefully this combat isn't too obnoxious in your guys' ears. Alright, we're making quick work of this match too, I guess. Whoa, they came out of the jungle there. As you know, doing these practice missions, I don't generally go down into the jungle. Alright, oh, and I was sent my Force Wave the wrong way. And he's just going to keep chasing me here. Okay, there he goes. Alright. I don't know, it's only practice. I maybe could have taken him one-on-one. Maybe. Alright, that worked out well. Okay, I haven't even used my rage yet. That's the thing, I feel like when I have the healing, I use the healing a lot more, because it's just a heal, you know, that's all you have to do. So, like, whenever you could use a little bit of health, and your teammates as well, because that heal actually heals everybody that's near you. So, it's really easy just to pop that heal really quick, and it doesn't have that long of a cooldown. So, I feel like the rage is actually a lot more useful if you're trying to do a lot of damage, but that heal is a lot more, less thinking involved. Alright, so that's my quick first look at Iffir. I'm gonna call him Iffir. I think that's his name. I think that's how it's supposed to be pronounced. But yeah, he's pretty fun to play. He's got some cool abilities. I think he's pretty well balanced. He does good damage, and he can keep those melee off. But I feel like a really good assassin is still going to be able to get the jump on you. That Forceful Wave, it's not like it. You still have to aim it. So if an assassin comes up behind you, comes out of the jungle and gets the flank, it's going to be really hard for you to either turn around and use Forceful Wave, which actually could end up pushing them the exact direction you want to run, which would be back to your own health in your own base, or try to get on the other side of them and push them back. So it's a useful ability, but it's not super easy to... It's not going to get you out of every situation, is what I'm saying. But overall, this guy's pretty fun to play. I enjoyed playing him. I think he's got a pretty cool skin. So if you like ranged DPS and these damage characters, this guy is pretty good. And I hope you try him out. I hope you learn for yourself and see what it's like. So, hopefully you enjoyed this video. And don't forget to like and subscribe, as I appreciate that as always. And I will be posting more content more frequently, I promise. I know I had a little bit of a time away from things. I've just been so busy. Got a lot going on in my life. But I'm back, and I'm going to be posting more. So if there's a particular hero you want to see me play, go ahead and let me know. I've only played a handful and done little feature videos like this on just a couple of heroes. So let me know who you would like me to play, or if there's another game entirely, because I do like exploring and finding new games too. So like I said, I appreciate it if you like and subscribe to my videos, and leave any comments below. And until next time, I'm NabTCat, and I'll catch you guys later.